We are recording.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nancy Cummings. Thanks for joining us this week. And I also am here with my friend Rebecca Kosak, who is up in New Hampshire. And we have a few other guests with us. And we have a lot of people who are looking forward to the recording of this week's session because they knew they couldn't make it because the weather is stunning, or they might have family obligations. And some other people had some events that they were attending right now as well. So I know they're excited to get our recording, Rebecca, and that'll be a cool thing for us to do. Before we get going, I want to share a little bit with you. We partner with the Juice Plus Company, and our goal is to inspire healthy living all around the world and to help people make one simple change that can jumpstart their journey. Whether that's fitness, it's activity, it's eating more whole foods, drinking more water, minimizing stress, getting more sleep, whatever it is. You know, personally, Rebecca and I really want to inspire people to live the healthiest lives that they can. And we do that through our product line, which is grounded in a lot of scientific research by medical campuses and universities all around the world. All of our products, we have a very intimate product line. All of our products are vegan, whole food, plant-based nutrition that we offer in capsules, chewables, shakes, bars. And we also have these amazing power gardens that you can grow inside or outside. So you can actually go from having the food in the capsule to growing your own, and that way you can control food quality, time to table, and all the other good things that we're all focused on right now. And in my tower right here, her name is Chloe. Chloe provides 52 plants that are growing constantly that Daddy and I come out and eat from, and it's fabulous. So that being said, we are stoked that you're here with us this Saturday morning. And before we get grooving, can we please have everyone mute themselves? All right, that's cool. Thank you so much. So like I said, I'm joining you from sunny Claremont, Florida. It's a gorgeous day. I hiked earlier this morning with a friend of mine. We got 5 miles in. It was storming last night, so it was muddy and mushy and all kinds of stuff. But what that means is all the critters are out in the mornings after a storm. So we got to see so many animals. And I'm being joined with my partner and teammate and friend, Rebecca Kosak. And one of the things she and I both love about our company is that we can partner with anyone, anywhere in the world and do the things that we know we love and inspire other people to live healthy lives as well. So what you got going up there today, Rebecca?
Thank you. It is an absolutely gorgeous, although pretty muggy day here in New Hampshire. And, after this, my husband and I are headed over to the lake and maybe do a little kayaking and get to our seasonal campsite. It is absolutely beautiful here. I love this time of year in New England. I'm out here on my deck under the umbrella. I've got my dogs going, walking around. I can't quite get her into the picture. My tower garden, which is thriving right now. I'm so excited. And her name is Stella. So Chloe's cousin Stella is over here, and she is really starting to thrive. It's amazing, absolutely amazing to watch. So, what kind of things did you find at the market, Nancy, this week?
Oh goodness, I found some cool things. And Rebecca, as a reminder, we're in our 7th week of our farmers market Faves. Can you believe it? And one of the things, why Rebecca and I come together is we love fresh food, whether it's fresh off the farm, whether you use a local CSA, whether you go to your market, or if you grow your own, whether it's in ground or from a tower garden. And we know without a doubt that fresh food is, I've got butterflies flying around me. So if I look like I'm distracted, they're all coming in at me. We know that fresh food is, right? Fresh food is the best food. And partly because we know the source, we know where it's coming from, the quality is better, there's a higher nutritional value, and we also know what's going on with the handling and lack of or contamination and transportation issues. And that's high on most people's minds right now. And one of the things that I have found is it's really hard to describe what fresh food tastes like. And you almost become quiet because you're trying to bring in all your senses, because fresh grown food is so tasty and you begin to crave it after a while, don't you, Rebecca?
Absolutely.
Mm.
my grapes and blueberries while you're talking.
Right. And you're going to see me. I'm just going to graze off of everything I have. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about two of my farmers market faves that I found this week. And then Rebecca will talk about two. And the big bonus every week is that Rebecca's going to do a quick meal prep for us and show us a cool way to use some fresh ingredients and that we can make it afterwards. She'll also post the video and her recipe, and we'll put on the nutritional tips for each of our farmers market faves also. So my faves this week are lemon and basil. And it's kind of cool. I grabbed my basil, which I'm going to do in just a little bit, from Chloe. And then I got my lemons from Kim's Cabbage Patch, which is a market that's just up the street. And we love to support local small businesses. And with the lemon's very interesting. A lot of people don't like lemon. They don't like the tart. They don't like the zing that it provides. And I use lemon in my morning teas, in the afternoons. If I'm wanting kind of like a celebration or a pick-me-up, I'll get citrus, lemon, lime, orange, and I just put it in my Ninja, put some water in there, some ice, and then I'll come out and get some fresh mint, some spearmint, or whatever it is that my appetite is for that day. And I'll just make a celebration frozen drink in the afternoon. And I love it because it's so fresh, it's cool, and it's just a treat. I also use lemon and drizzle it on fish or seafood, which I am a pescatarian, so I will eat fish and seafood. And if I'm making any type of an Asian dish, right? So you get all the soys, the wasabis, I do sriracha sauce as well, and honey. And at the very last moment, right as I'm plating it, I'll squeeze the lemon over it to give it that really cool citrus punch. And so let's talk about why lemon is so good for us. And it had a couple of surprises I wasn't aware of. So check this out. Lemons are really high in vitamin C, which I think most of us knew, and they help reduce the duration of a cold. That also may reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease and stroke, and it lowers your blood pressure. I didn't know that. They're called polyphenol antioxidant compounds, and those in lemon also help support weight loss. And then warm or hot lemon water in the morning can also help jumpstart your digestive system. And here's the good news for anyone who might have halitosis, which is the medical name for bad breath. If you use lemon water once or twice a day, that can help purge your body and cleanse the halitosis, and then you'll have fresher breath. So that's kind of cool. My second fave this week is basil.
Thank you, Chloe.
I love Chloe, and I love basil. And what I'm going to do is get some basil because I have an in-ground, a raised bed garden right here. I'm going to grab one from there as well.
My basil is thriving right now in my in-ground.
So this is purple basil, which has a little more of a spicier kick. And then interestingly, both of these, can you see them? Both of these are the sweet basil, which I love. And this is the one from in the ground, and this is the one from Chloe. Wow. I love the comparison, right? Wow. And the smell, the taste, everything is markedly different as well. And, when I was doing the research for this, Rebecca, I found some really cool things about basil that I was not aware of. I knew I loved it, and I knew I liked it in a lot of different things, but couldn't really explain, why it could be in this, that, and that, and it makes sense. And so listen to what I found. Basil is actually a part of the mint family, and it has an extremely distinct aroma, and it's a really gorgeous, big green leafy plant. And it's one of the most widely known herbs in the world. And it's a native to India, Asia, and Africa. And I didn't know that. And there are also dozens of cultivars, which is what they're called, not species, but cultivars of the basil. And some are to be eaten, and some are used just as natural plant protectors in the garden. So this plant, though I actually like the taste, I grow the purple basil to protect all the other guys that are in my raised bed garden.
Nice.
And then, I'll put him in some teas. So they're also protectors, which is cool. And Of all the cultivars of basil, my favorites are the big broadleaf sweet, the Italian basil, lemon, and I love Thai basil. It has a bit of a kick, and when I'm really going for that, the meal that might have that Italian, not Italian, the Asian or the Thai flavoring, I want the Thai basil in it because it is just so awesome. And a lot of people will use basil for pesto, which is what it's most known for. And I also will put basil because it has a strong opposing flavor into some teas, hot dishes, and I'll just cut it up and put it in salads as well because it's a cool contrast to the nice creamy flavors and textures of some of the lettuces. And every now and then, depending on what my mood is in the morning, because I do a smoothie drink every morning, I might come out and grab a leaf or two of basil and put it in there. And listen to this. This is why I think some of us become naturally attracted to the basil. You know, we're not sure why. We know we love the taste. You know, it's awesome, right? Just really cut. And I made a pizza last night. And the very last thing I do with my pizza always is sprinkle the green onion, the chives, and then I put basil on top as it's hot being plated. I don't put it on to be cooked because I love that melting flavor and aroma that comes out. And here's what I found about basil that really kind of stopped me in my tracks last night. And I was just sitting there with this information for about 30 minutes. Listen to how powerful it is. And I'm going to read this just so I don't miss anything. Basil is really, really high in vitamin K, and it helps with blood clotting. And that's why so many of the medicinal purposes were used way back in the day. And it has also been found to exhibit, listen to all of this, it exhibits antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, antioxidant, and anti-cancer activity. And it is truly one of the greatest superfoods, but it's also one of the ones that's most underutilized. And as I was reading this last night and then working this into, you know, how I was going to talk about it today, I was just sitting there like, okay, so basil now needs to become something that's going to be a part of my diet forever, daily. And what I'm going to do just right now, because I'm just going to show you how simple it can be, I'm squeezing a lemon. I love to have coarse ground sea salt. I have 5 or 6 salts that I use that I mix. I'm putting some salt inside the leaf. I have about 8 cracked pepper blends that I put into one. It's my favorite way to do it. I'm putting some pepper in here, and I'm grabbing a green onion.
Oh, I never thought to do that. Amazing. I am
It's
definitely,
exquisite.
I have all those ingredients.
And look, like that, I just protected my body in all those ways.
Yep.
It took 15 seconds.
You know,
So,
I like, I know that I'm more of a sweet person and you're more of a savory person. I really like to infuse water with basil and strawberries.
ooh,
That is
yummy.
a combination that you wouldn't necessarily think is a compatible combination, but it's delicious.
It sounds divine. So what were your faves this week? I'm going to keep eating if that's not going to be distracting, okay?
Yeah, please. So I found some grapes and blueberries, and blueberries are just coming into season here. And our farm down the street, we are still picking strawberries, and within another week or so, we're gonna start picking blueberries. And I love that because blueberries last until like almost the fall. So it's so exciting. Excuse me. So first of all, grapes, and we all know grapes, whether we're consuming them as wine or consuming them as a tasty treat. I know I always keep some in the freezer for when I need a quick popsicle, like nature's juice kind of pop. And yeah, I just absolutely love them. I usually eat the red grapes, and the red grapes have a little bit more nutritional value than the green grapes, but this time of year is cotton candy grape season. And it's only for a couple of weeks. And my local grocery store carries them. They are non-GMO. They are there's some kind of hybrid. I don't even know how it happens, but I just know that they're ethically sourced and sustainably sourced and non-GMO. So that makes me happy. And when you bite into these, it's like you're eating cotton candy. It's it's not completely describable, because I've said that to people and they're just like, okay, whatever, Rebecca. And then they taste them and they're like, whoa, it's like I just ate cotton candy. It's really weird. So yeah, so this is my favorite time for the green grapes with the cotton candy flavor in them. Well, it's not flavor in them, grown to be like cotton candy. So that is my favorite thing for grapes right now. But like I said, it usually is a red grape that I will go for. I think that they're a little bit sweeter, and I like that. They're just a great snack to have around. Like I said, I freeze them. We'll be using them in the recipe that we're making today. But they have all kinds of really good health properties too. Antioxidants, the polyprophenols, which are in there to reduce metabolic syndrome, prevent obesity and type 2 diabetes, which is interesting. And I am a type 2 diabetic, and that one really threw me for a loop, because I've always thought of grapes as something that I need to eat really sparingly because they are high in sugar, but at the same time they do have a lower glycemic index, and so they're like the really good kind of sugar. So it was really interesting for me to do some research and read about the properties of the grape that are actually helping with the metabolic syndrome. So I thought that was my big aha moment for this week. There's grapeseed oil in the actual seeds, and that is high in polyunsaturated fat, fatty acids, omega-6s in there. And I believe, I meant to check this before, I believe that there's grapeseed oil in our omegas.
There is.
Yes.
It's one of the 6.
Yeah, so it produces the 6. It also, grapeseed oil is good it's a good moisturizer for your skin and for your hair too. So all kinds of things packed into this tiny little absolutely delicious cotton candy berry.
Isn't it fascinating? It's fascinating when you discover that, and it's something that, you know, we take for granted, or we just eat and we don't think about, and then you realize, I just ate a little bit more, how much good you could be doing for your body and for your family.
Exactly. And you know, similar to what you said about the basil, Nancy, grapes have been, so the most nutritious part of the grape is the seed and the skin. And there are, I didn't write down the name of it, but in addition to being anti-inflammatory and having tons of antioxidants in the skin and the seed, I discovered that grapes have an antimicrobial and antifungal property. So again, blew my mind. It's thing. The other thing that I would like to highlight today is blueberries. And blueberries, not only are they another one of my favorite snacks, they have lots of antioxidants in them. They support our immune function, reduces the risk of macular degeneration, cataracts, and myopia. So antioxidants in here are just really, really great to take care of all of these things. The blueberries help prevent UTIs, and they essentially, what they do is they prevent the bacteria from attaching. So they're antibacterial.
Wow, that's cool.
Right? And they're very high in manganese, which helps convert the nutrition into energy. So it's it's a superfood.
Sure it is.
Say enough about it. I can eat them raw just like this. And then I love when I am able to put them into recipes, whether it's adding them to pancakes that I made out of complete or anything, fruit salad, anything. Yes, delicious.
And
So
they've been talking about the blueberries being able to help with, I don't want to say regeneration, but with some of the brain and memory issues.
yes,
And again, nothing prevents dementia or Alzheimer's. However, what they're finding, and one of the foods that is highly recommended, and the doctors have been telling me this with Daddy with his Alzheimer's, that eating blueberries can help provide a different quality of life because of what they do inside the brain and in the cellular level. So that's also an amazing find.
absolutely. So we are going to make a healthy version of a fruit pizza today. And usually when I think of fruit pizza, I think of sugar cookie crust, and I think of cream cheese and heavily sugared, frosting, and then your token fruit on top. And so I wanted to figure out a way to make one of my favorite desserts actually healthy, so I'm not as concerned about eating it. So what I did is I took some. Now we're gluten-free in this house, and we're not dairy-free, but I have a dairy-free solution too. So they have graham crackers that are gluten-free. They're pretty
Nice.
cool. So you can use gluten-free or you can use regular graham crackers, and I just chop them up into graham cracker with my little why are my words not coming today? Sorry. With my little manual food processor here. And what I'm gonna do, this is about half a package of the graham crackers, and I am going to use half a banana in here, a little more than half a banana. And I'm using a really ripe banana, so it's nice and squishy. And I'm just going to, I meant to bring a fork out. So I'm going to mash this in, and it ends up coming into a paste. I have a thumb injury, and it's making it not quite easy to do this, actually. So this ends up coming into a paste. And I'm going to ask you to forgive me if I don't completely mix it up right now, only because it's really hard for me to do so. So it comes into a paste. So what I did, and I have a couple that are done ahead of time. What I did is I took a little brownie pan, and I put some coconut oil down on it and just spread it in to it. So this paste, and it's not really pasty. It's a little bit thicker than a paste. So I'll put some coconut oil down here. I'll put the graham cracker banana paste on and squish it out to be pizza shape. And then once it is, I would take some local honey and just drizzle it over, and use my pastry brush and just brush the honey over. And I bake it in a 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes, and it comes out as a nice cookie. So
I bet it smells good while it's cooking.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing. It smells good. Like, just sitting here with these pre-baked ones, I was like, whoa. So I tried it 2 different ways last night. One is with the graham cracker, and it comes out kind of cakey cookie. And I also did it with banana and oatmeal. So
Ooh,
yeah,
nice.
banana, oatmeal, and a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of honey.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing. So these, unlike what I was talking about where I spread it out like a pizza, I put these into a little brownie pan. So they were individual slices already.
Oh, that looks great.
Absolutely.
I can smell it from here.
Right? I'm telling you, they're amazing. And for some reason, the graham cracker one almost reminds me a little bit of a ginger snap. So I would say that you could probably add a little bit of fresh ginger in there too and make it even that much better.
Oh, cool. Okay.
For the topping, I am using True Whip. And I don't know if you've seen this, but it's kind of like a Cool Whip, only it is much healthier. There's no high fructose corn syrup. It's gluten-free, non-GMO. It's essentially the healthiest version of a Cool Whip that you can find. They also have this and vegan. So if you are dairy-free, you can get this that is completely dairy-free.
Okay,
so
that's good.
I'm going to take about half of this, put it into a bowl, and I'm going to mix it with half of a container out of Chobani yogurt. And if you were dairy free, you could use like the So Delicious has an almond milk one or a coconut milk one that is yogurt. So I'm gonna put about half of my container of that in and mix it on up. And then I'm going to try one with the graham cracker crust. Just put that on top. One with the oatmeal crust. And then all you need to do is take some fresh fruits. Again, strawberry season around here. Blueberry season coming into our lives in just a couple weeks or days even. And you can make, right? So you can make little designs. If you did it as a full cookie rather than the individual portions, you could do something like, it almost becomes meditative. You could make it like a mandala, make a circular design in it. So we've got strawberries, we've got little pieces of these cotton candy grapes that we can stick on. We've got some blueberries here. Absolutely refreshing, nutritious treat that we can all enjoy because it's fresh fruit, it's fresh food, nutrition, and deliciousness. So one of my favorite indulgent treats turns into a absolutely beautiful. That's pretty nice to look at.
That is pretty.
It looks like it could be like a dragonfly. Turns into a healthy treat that I can feel good about putting into my body.
Absolutely, and for your kids.
And for the kids, yeah, absolutely. If I was doing a big one, I had a kiwi that I would have brought out. You could even put apples on there if you squeeze some lemon over them first.
Okay.
You could put pieces of orange, any kind of fruit that you think of. You can do this. You know, I even saw an idea out there, a watermelon slice with a version of this topping and some other fruit on it. So all kinds of great ideas for getting fruit into your body. So thank you for watching me do this. And I'm sorry that I have a thumb injury. I couldn't squish the banana into the.
Oh, that's fine. Being able to see what you've made right there is truly the treat. And here's my thought: we have to make sure that you post the recipe as soon as possible because I want to try to make those today for Daddy.
Yeah. Oh,
no pressure though.
Yeah, right. You will not be disappointed by either one of these crusts. They're great on their own. In fact, I made these last night and I woke up this morning and I ate one of the graham cracker ones for breakfast.
Yummy. Yummy. Well, we probably need to wrap it up to be mindful of everyone's time. Is there anything else you want to say, Rebecca?
I just wanted to say thank you for joining here. We are, as you had said, Nancy, at the beginning, we are separated by miles, but we are together by our desire to have one simple change, to be healthier, to spread that mission around the world, one simple change. And it makes my heart happy to know that we are able to do that virtually, that we are able to come together and find ways to use the ingredients that we have around us wherever we are, and to find some community in making ourselves healthier and appreciating what we have and sharing this time and space. So if you'd like to continue this conversation, we are here every Saturday at 10 a.m. And also we're on Instagram also and Facebook. We have a Facebook page for this, Farmers Market Faves. And we also have a group, One Simple Change, that you can join, and we post all kinds of healthy tips and good information out there.
That's awesome. And Rebecca, thank you so much. I so appreciate your passion for healthy living and just the really cool, simple, quick recipes that you bring us each week. And just as a reminder, if you want to be a part of the conversation live, it's 10 o'clock every Saturday morning Eastern time. You can hop in on the Zoom, pose any questions, meet and greet. We hop on about 10 minutes prior to, have discussion with everybody else in the group. And also we're on Facebook, Instagram, and we would just love for you to share this out to all your friends. And the more people that we can inspire to make one simple change to live their best, healthiest life, that's why we're here. So we hope everybody has a great week. We will see you next Saturday. Have an amazing weekend.
Bye.
Awesome, ladies. Thank y'all very much. Have a great